So let me introduce to you our very new oil resistant adhesive made in Germany with top-notch ingredients called Gold Class. This is also the Lash Last range like all our other adhesives, but this one is different because this one has some special mixture of ingredients that make it a lot more oil resistant than any other glues that we have currently in our range. That means if you have a client and they don't look after their lashes very well, they're naturally oily skin client, they naturally like to use oils. Like personally, I use a night oil on my face every single night because I'm dehydrated. It really hydrates me, and my lashes are lasting fine, you know. And I use eye cream, for example, and my lashes are lasting fine as well because I'm very careful not to get it into anywhere. But if you have clients that don't know about these sort of things, they might smear their faces with all kinds of oils and creams, and plus they might be oily, so that means that the adhesive usually doesn't last as well, other adhesives, yeah? So this one is designed to withhold any kind of cosmetic oils. I still would not go diving in a pot of oil. Probably will be fine, but I would not recommend it still. So I'll read first of all everything that is available at the back of our pouch that we have written down, but then also answer the questions if there's anything else. So the setting time of this adhesive is quite speedy. Yeah, I have written down 0.2 to 0.5 seconds, which is quite fast. That means once you dip and you go onto the lash, once the contact with the lash happens, you have an instant reaction basically of polymerization. Yeah, because if you're working in the perfect humidity and the perfect surroundings, your perfect temperature, for me it is around 53 to 55% humidity and around 24 degrees Celsius. That is a perfect environment for my adhesive. It will set very, very quickly, very instantly. If you want it to set slower, someone wants to have a glue that is 2 seconds. I want at least 2 seconds to move the fan from the glue ring to the lash. I'm not talking about you moving the lash from the glue ring. First of all, don't use a ring, use it on the side. A ring is very, very unhealthy for you. But say it's on the tile, it is not so much the time that it takes you to get over, even though that is still, of course, kind of exposed to the air and everything, but it really is about the contact. So once you have contact, you literally have hardly any time to move it around. So you need to be very good. It's an advanced adhesive, yeah, it's not a beginner's adhesive. If you have humidity that is very, very low, and you have a temperature that is very, very low, that means this adhesive will also be slower. Yeah, we are talking now 0.2 to 0.5 seconds after contact with the lash. That means two things are going together, and then that's when the polymerization happens. It also happens while you're going from your tile to the lash, but the real polymerization happens at contact, okay? Because the moisture of the lash with the adhesive, that is what reacts. Yeah, sure, the environment will also do its part, but main stuff happens on the lash. Number one, I hope that's covered. So if you want something that is extremely slow drying, like 2 seconds, it's quite a slow drying glue. This is not the glue for you unless you're living in an area that is not very humid. If you have a very dry climate and you want a slower setting glue, you can use it. If you want this to be even faster, you need to up your humidity and you need to up your temperature. It works the same with any adhesive, right? There's no holy grail that will do everything. It means you need to adjust. But this one, with the environments that I told you about, is a very fast setting glue, which other glues are a little bit less speedy than this one. Now the adhesive comes in 5mm. Yeah, it looks like this. And you have also got, you also have some silica, and we also give you 2 stickers that are aluminium foil. So these are actual foil stickers. It's not just colored in foil, it's actual foil, okay? So every single one comes with 2 of those. Why? Because a lot of people use plastic or tape, and I don't recommend it with this specific adhesive. This is nothing that I chose. This is something that the supplier told me. They recommend the usage of this adhesive on either a proper glass tile or a foil or any kind of glass or crystal material, okay? Stay away from jade stones because jade stones are very porous usually, so it won't last as long and the humidity can get into from all corners. Plastic with a lot of adhesives, and it's not just this one, a lot of adhesives, the way that the chemistry is put into this bottle, it does not like to be put onto plastic or onto tape. So this is why we're sending these little stickers. They're literally stickers. We also sell them in the shop. They're very inexpensive, and you can put like 3 or 4 drops on one client, 1 sticker, done, and then get rid of the sticker. Okay, I would recommend you shake this for at least a minute on your little vortex mixer. You like press it in and it shakes it automatically, or shake it like that for a really good minute. And then storage means, well, obviously every time you open and then close it, you need to wipe the nozzle. Make sure you use something that's lint free, because we all know hopefully by now that lint and cyanacrylate has an exothermic reaction which can cause all kinds of volatile organic compounds like VOCs to go into the air, lots of fumes, and then also burning. Yeah, and it's not something that you want near your client's eyes, or near you for that matter. So I use the lint-free that you can buy them on eBay or Amazon really cheaply. No, we don't actually stock them because I decided not to, because they're so cheap. Those little remover wipes for nail art or nail technicians, they're lint-free. You use it, you can wipe the nozzle with that. Store it away, put it back in here, tighten it up, and then store it away from the sunlight and away from heat. I recommend to store this at around 17 or 18 degrees. If you have a wine fridge, that would be perfect, because we store them all in our wine fridge before we ship them out to anyone. So on the back I have written down, dispense a little drop of glue onto crystal glass tile or the little foil that I gave you, and let it sit for 5 minutes. Now 5 minutes I wrote because most people are impatient and they will only leave it for 1 minute is fine too. Between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. That you should really be doing with all of your adhesives. It's not really that new. I have taught other people to do that with our adhesives as well, the other ones that we have in the range, but this one particularly, because every single adhesive has a different range in humidity and temperature that you want to use it in. You buy this one, the ideal humidity that we say now is 30 to 65%. You can go higher and you can go lower, but that means that you will either have to work faster or you will work slower. Okay, and then the ideal temperature is 18 to 28 degrees. Again, it's a large range, and again, it will either speed it up or slow it down slightly, but it has a much wider range than other adhesives that we have right now, and it is faster too. It is a classic lash glue as well as a volume lash glue, and it is also quite thin in viscosity. Yeah, it's not a thick glue, and it doesn't travel up badly into the stems either. Once I ship this to you, if you have it unopened, you can keep it for around 5 months, yeah, but opened for 2 months, so it will last around twice as long as our other adhesives. But you need to be aware that if I order these from Germany, I order them freshly every time. I will keep them for about a month or 2 at the longest, and then I will let people know, now you have to use it within the next 4 months. Okay, so 6 months at the time of me getting it is what it lasts for. And then for you need to obviously store it in a cool and dark place unopened. It will last you for 4 to 6 months depending on when I ship it out, and I will let those people know as well if there's a different batch. Okay, so it lasts you for a good 2 months once opened. I don't recommend to use an accelerant. I wouldn't use anything that literally just accelerates the drying time, because this is frigging fast. You don't need to accelerate anything. Okay, I think I said everything that I needed to say. 5mm gold class. I'll take it out one more time. If you're interested, I'll pop a link below. I just wanted to make this video to explain it a little bit more properly, and then it's going to go into the shop, and you have all the ingredients at the back too: ethyl 2 cyanacrylate and polyurethane. Okay, so make sure you check it out if you're interested in it. Again, these ingredients that we're using here, they're very different from the Korean glues that we are stocking. See, the labs in Germany have a higher quality control, I would like to say, and the ingredients like things are FDA approved and stuff like that as well. They just use a higher quality, finer ingredients, if that makes sense. Whereas if you get something from a big supplier in Korea, hopefully not China but Korea, it is more of a chemical compound that is more in a rougher state. It's still very, very good adhesive, of course, but you get what you pay for. Yeah, I'm paying a lot more money now to import this, so it will reflect in the price. And of course this one you can use for another 4 weeks on top of other adhesives as well. So that is all.